In this video, we're going beyond the basics of manifestation, straight into the deeper, more advanced ways to truly align with abundance and start living it from the inside out. Because no matter how many times a day you affirm to yourself how abundant you are, how great everything is, none of that matters if deep down you still feel differently, if you still feel broke, stressed out, or undeserving. So we're going to shift all of that today in this video. And if you're serious about stepping into your most abundant life, then make sure to sign up for my newsletter below. You'll also get instant access to one of my free popular guided meditations designed to align your energy with success and abundance. So to get started, a lot of times when we talk about making changes in our lives or we're doing like manifestation work, a lot of people stop or get stuck at step number one. And that is the affirmations, the vision boards, maybe some journaling. So they get started, and these are all really great tools if used correctly, but they're just that, they're tools. They're not gonna get you to the end all on their own. Because real abundance and having the things that we want, it doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from who you become. And that's really should be the goal of a manifestation practice, of becoming the version of ourselves who already has everything that we desire. And one problem I see a lot is that if you're still holding on to subconscious beliefs like scarcity, then no amount of journaling or affirmations or anything will override that energy that you're sending out on a daily basis. So let's now come back to abundance. So abundance isn't just about money, although that can be one form of it. It's really a state of consciousness. So you can have a 6-figure or 7-figure bank account and still feel poor, still feel lack. It's not just about the money itself. Or you might have very little in the physical world, barely anything in your bank account, not many physical possessions, but feel incredibly abundant and supported and free. It's all about the mindset. Because the key truly is this, and I've talked about this a lot on my channel, that you attract what you are, not what you want. So you can want all sorts of things, but you're going to attract what you embody and what you are. And that's why the goal really should be to embody abundance, because when we can learn to feel it, to walk in it and expect it, even before anything changes in the 3D outside of us, that's really the way to bring it about in our physical reality. This is also what Neville Goddard meant when he talked about this concept of living in the end state. You assume the feeling of your wishes already being fulfilled right now, and you make it your home in the present moment. So regardless of where you're at right now with abundance and having it or not in your life, here are 3 very powerful strategies you can use today to shift your inner world into alignment with prosperity. So first, we want to normalize abundance in our lives. So very often, if something feels too good to be true, then your subconscious will quietly push it away. So ask yourself, can I just let this abundance be normal? And practice feeling abundance in your life and being comfortable with it. More at ease, more free with it, and start rewriting some of those mental scripts. Like, it's normal for me to have abundance. It's normal and expected to receive unexpected money. Or maybe if there's a specific area of your life where you would like more abundance, put together a similar statement. It's normal and expected for me to have abundance in, whichever area it may be. We want to start to work to change our mindset and expect abundance in various forms throughout our lives. So another thing we can do is focus on identifying and then releasing some of these scarcity identity components or patterns that are present in our lives. So very often we grow up with certain narratives because of how we were raised, our parents, what they sort of brought to the table regarding their outlook on money and success and relationships. And some of these narratives can be very helpful. Maybe you had great examples in your life who taught you the value of hard work and integrity and countless positive attributes. That's amazing. But at the same time, very often a lot of us have sort of these negative limiting beliefs where we sort of catch ourselves operating in these old patterns that just no longer serve us, where we feel like no matter what we do, it's not enough. Money's hard to come by, that's a typical one. Or, it's hard to get ahead. It's so difficult to get promoted, whatever. And start to catch those narratives wherever they show up in your life. And then replace them with new empowering ones. One that aligns with the version of you who receives abundance with ease. It's normal. So then for the third step, we're coming back to emotion once again. And this is all about emotional calibration. So you can't attract abundance from anxiety, fear, or desperation. Instead, spend some time every day feeling that version of you who already has what you desire and live in that state, live in that end. What does that feel like in your body? What does that peace feel like? What does that success feel like? What does trusting the process feel like? And practice those states as your emotional baseline. Not just when you're manifesting, but whenever you can throughout the day, whenever you catch yourself, bring yourself back into that emotional state of already having what you want. So now here's one really cool aspect of this that you'll likely see play out. And that is, we can call it the abundance feedback loop. Whatever you choose to focus on, then that becomes your reality. And so when you start living in this state of abundance and having abundance for everything in your life, big and small, even before it shows up, then your outer world begins to reflect that back to you. So you may notice really small synchronicities at first. Like if you were talking about abundance with money, maybe you get an unexpected refund for something or some random check in the mail that you weren't expecting. Or if you're talking about, you want to become more confident, maybe you get a little compliment, sort of unexpected, that boosts your confidence. Or you get a business idea that turns into more income. But there's this feedback loop that as you shift internally, you begin seeing reflected in the outside world a new reality. And it keeps building and building because the more you believe and accept, and not only accept abundance in your life, but expect it to be there, then the more you experience. And then the more you experience it, you then confirm that it's happening, and then you believe even more strongly. So that is a really positive and helpful, self-reinforcing cycle that most people unfortunately never step into because they're waiting for the external to change before they change the internal. And it's actually the opposite. We have to change the internal state and live in that end state, and then the external will eventually follow. So to go beyond the basics, you have to shift from how do I get more to how do I embody more? How can I expect and appreciate more abundance in every aspect of my life? Because abundance isn't necessarily about hustle or having good luck. It's about alignment. And you can choose right now in this moment to align with as much or as little abundance in life in any area as you want. Alignment really begins there with our identity and our beliefs and our emotions. And if you want to live an abundant life, then start practicing being the version of you who already has abundance in every area. And if you found this helpful, then just drop a comment below and let me know which strategy you found really helpful in your life. I always love hearing your own individual breakthroughs and stories. And if you haven't already done so, please sign up for my newsletter below and get one of my popular guided meditations for free. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.